Welcome to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Let's Talk Cars Radio is sponsored in part by Napa Car Care Centers, BDG Auto Group, by Bob and Cindy's Cotman Transmissions, Advanced Technology Institute, and American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Be a part of the program today by calling 757-222-3705. You may text your comments and questions during the show at 757-866-2192. That's 757-866-2192. Email your questions and comments to Dave at letstalkcarsradio.com. Now, here is the host of Let's Talk Cars Radio, Dave Palash.
Happy Saturday, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave, hanging out with Rock and Larry Cobb. And, of course, Cameron's doing all our technical work for us. So, boys, it is another Saturday. The sun is shining. It's a great day for a car show. And lucky enough, I was able to get out there and go to one. What are you over there chuckling about?
This is the first time.
Thought of a joke I want to tell Cameron.
I'm telling you guys, sometimes it is more like I see Larry over there and he's turning bright red in the face. He's kind of chuckling.
He's trying to not laugh.
I'm like, what are you chuckling
But the
about?
show started and I couldn't tell him.
No,
So.
there you go. So I got out to the car show this morning.
I saw your pictures.
It was a good time. So we went over to Detail Garage. They had a little gathering over there first thing this morning.
Very nice place.
Where is that? I never.
It's over off Holland Road.
Okay.
if you're
It's in the
going
shopping center?
Yeah, it's in the shopping center. If you're going up Holland Road from Virginia Beach Boulevard, it'll be on the right-hand side.
I'm going to have to go there. I did not know
people.
there was a place that sold stuff like that.
Yeah, no. So they have it all. They have everything.
Okay.
If you need car wash, car interior clean, waxes, clay bars, you name it, these guys got it all. It's a pretty cool place. So we were asked to go out there and spend a little time out there. So we did. I tried to get out there last time they had an event and it being two different events at the same time. So I wanted to get out there this time. So yeah, we packed up early this morning, loaded up the American DIY van and headed out over there and hung out with the guys. It's really cool. One of the things I like about all the different car shows in the area, because we get to go to a lot of car shows. I mean, it's the coolest thing about this job. And the coolest thing for us was the fact that it's always just a little bit different. So some of these things we go to, it's just a little bit different scene every time. So, a lot of times you go to a car show, you run into a lot of the same people. And sometimes I'll go to a car show and I run into a completely different crowd of people. So this one was a little mixture of everything. There was something for everybody. There was cars, there was trucks, there was Jeeps, there was some motorcycles. So there was just a little bit of everything.
So if it's a different crowd, is it like a different group of cars? Is there something different about the cars that draw that particular group?
No, you know what? Sometimes you'll show up at a car show and it just draws a completely different scene of cars. So sometimes you'll get, some more antiques or more muscle cars, and then sometimes you'll get more tuner cars or what people refer to as racers or whatever. I think there has to be a better term for all the different stuff. It's just everybody's just stirring the pot. It depends what it is. But there's a lot of diversity in the car scene. There really is. You get a lot of different car clubs that show up and stuff. I get a chance to talk with a lot of different people and just kind of, today I was talking Jeeps, believe it or not. We were having a conversation. The flag runners were out there with a couple of their vehicles, and the guy's got a Jeep, and he did a custom one of the front. It's his bumper, but a lot of people call them push bars. A lot of people have a bunch of different names for them, and he did a nice job welding everything up. But I was telling him where he could strengthen it. So that's where the conversation went today. I was just like, hey, if it was me, I'd put a gusset here and a gusset there, and then weld them in, and it would strengthen this up, tighter, just in case you ever do put it on its nose. It's going to hold up tighter. So just funny, where all the conversations go. It's amazing. Every time I go to a car show, I find myself in different conversations. That's one of the best things about this is you just never know. You wake up in the morning and head to a car show, and you don't know what it's going to lead into. So definitely very, very cool little setup out there. But like I said, they had about over 60 cars that showed
Take a tape recorder with you and record all these conversations to aid in that book you're going to write.
Yeah. Ever get around to writing the book? So here's something we need to jump into because my question box is full. Cameron knows where I'm going with this.
The question box is full?
The question box is full.
Well, it's time to empty it.
Oh,
I'm the one that goes through it.
Dave. Basically is how most of these all started because people like to gig me as much as I like to gig other people. What do you think of your luxurious, well-spoken, you talk about all the time, Chevy now? Well, I know where that was going. So, of course, this week the rumors start to fly about the Camaro and them discontinuing the Camaro.
I don't think that's a rumor anymore.
Well,
hey,
it's still,
we still have hopes and dreams. Okay,
it's still. I'm gonna call it still a rumor. It probably is gonna end up happening. But, everybody likes to give me a hard time because I'm a Chevy guy. And look, I always tell you guys, I'm a Chevy guy when it comes to my truck. You can drive whatever muscle car you want. I don't care. But I'm just a Chevy guy when it comes to my pickup truck. I'm Chevy through and through. Chevy, if you want to send your check, you know where to find me. It's okay. But it's just one of those things. So here's where people like to give me a hard time. Yes, I said I thought the new Chevy pickup truck was ugly. I'll be the first one to admit it. I just think, I'm sorry, Chevy. I'm sorry. Maybe you won't.
You've said it enough. Yeah, I get it.
I don't.
The bulldog that got hit.
I don't know what it is. Like I said, it looks like it got punched in the nose. I mean, it just it didn't appeal to me. Maybe there's people out there it appeals to, and I am a Chevy guy. Trust me, I love my Chevy truck. I just don't like the new body style. I don't like what they did to it. It feels narrower. It looks like it's been, like I said, somebody's punched in its nose. And
I like my truck big. Keep it big.
I like my truck to have a
decent
exactly
size.
I want it to have it's to stand out and look full. And the new one just doesn't. It looks tinier to me. So that was already the problem. So I'm already getting punched in the stomach on that one and the gut all the time, and everybody gets an opportunity to give me a hard time. So here we come with the Camaro story this week, and everybody's like, "Ha, Dave," you know what I mean? And here's the thing, guys. We discontinued Camaro once before. It's so no, stop. Bumblebee. So, like I said, we discontinued Camaro once before, and so it's not the first time it happened. So if it happens again, okay, whatever. But I think we need to go back. So Chevy, open up your ears and please listen. And I'll be more than happy to give you all the information that I hear about all this stuff.
Everybody on Facebook, tag @Chevy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, tag it. Yeah, get online. Go find us on Facebook, Let's Talk Cars, and tag Chevy in this, just so they'll listen, because we've had this conversation before. Chevy, you guys were on the right path when you guys were talking about doing a enthusiast model. If you want to save Camaro, and I understand, okay, so if anybody can't figure out why the Camaro is going, I'm not saying it's going away, but it's rumored to be going away, is because it falls third in the category of muscle cars. So it's number 3. It's been hanging around number 3. So you have the Mustang's number 1, the Challenger's number 2, and the Camaro's been number 3. So as far as popularity goes, okay, so that's just where it's ran for a while. So you look at the fact of doing away with that platform, and I understand the thought process on that. Camaro and Chevy, the whole program, had an idea a couple years ago that rumored around that I got behind, and we talked about it here on the radio show, that I thought was a really great idea. I mean, I just thought hands down smartest thing that could ever be done, and we covered a little bit. So and for you all that didn't get to hear that story, I'll get into it a little bit. They had rumored to do the enthusiast program. What I mean enthusiast program was they were going to take a Camaro and strip it down, okay? And I'm not talking about losing horsepower, losing any of that good stuff. So you'll still have all the great horsepower and all the good packages, everything that goes with that. But, you don't need all the onboard, TV computer screen and radio and everything fancy in the interior. You don't need all that stuff. Stripped down version of the car.
Yeah, basic
model. So you keep the performance, you keep the horsepower, you keep the body look and everything like that. And even maybe it doesn't even come with a premium wheel on it. Maybe you just put just a decent looking wheel on it and you leave it at that. And you sell it at a base market price. That way, every single car enthusiast a guy who has a couple kids who would love to have a muscle car but can't afford to buy this high-end muscle car can get into it and still slide it by the wife or slide it by the husband if you're one of my female listeners and get into one. And then as you have the money and the money comes available, you can buy a set of wheels for it. You can buy, if you want to change out the seats, make it where things are interchangeable. Maybe Chevy offers all the parts, almost like some of the other manufacturers have done in the past, where you have a catalog where, you can go every couple months, I'm going to buy this and add this to it. I'm going to buy this and just make a big catalog full of parts. Or make the car where it's customized through your catalog at Chevy, or where it can be customized through any part supplier all around the place, where somebody can get into this thing cheap enough, they can still daily drive it if they're going to daily drive it, and make the customizations to it as it goes along. And the car has to be affordable. If you did that, and like I said, it was rumored a couple years ago, and we talked about that you guys were going to do that, guarantee you would sell a bunch of them. They would fly off the shelf because the performance stance is what people are after. The customization comes later. Everybody out there, every single car show I go to, it doesn't matter. You can take a $50,000 muscle car and someone's going to tear it apart, take all the junk off of it and throw it in a corner and personalize the car to their characteristic. Ding, 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 yeah, I'm that guy. He's pointing at me. I am that guy. I don't care. You can give me a $50,000 car. I'm going to take all the goody crap off it.
Turn it to a $10,000 car and still put $90,000 in, okay?
Right, and throw it in the corner and then add what I want to it as money comes available. That's just what I do. So let's just stop and sell the car that way from the get-go at a reasonable price. You drop the price on the car by $15,000, $20,000. I don't know what it is. I can't say what the magic number is, guys. But you get the car down to a point where somebody can get into it and they don't lose performance. The biggest problem with it is Chevy and Ford and all you guys have done it. You guys are all guilty of doing it. You do what they call an enthusiast pack kind of. I'm going to air quote it because that's just what needs to be done. And so you have to something gets lost in the performance. You lose some type of performance in the car, and then people aren't attracted to it. Leave the performance in place. Don't mess with the rear end. Don't mess with the motor. Don't mess with anything. Give them a good motor. Give them a good setup where the car's still pretty throaty and it still has some power to it. And so they don't have to do a whole lot right there, but they can start to slowly add things. You want to throw a supercharger in the car, you can buy it, save up $4,000. Hey, your tax money comes in and you're tax rich, that year, and you throw us. Well, everybody knows it. Let's call it what it is. Everybody gets tax money and they're tax rich for they are. It happens. And you want to throw a $4,000 supercharger on or whatever, you can throw it on there and boom, you got instant better performance, whatever it takes to get them in the car and keep the enthusiast market alive. What do you guys say?
All right. So it just reminds me of something else. I'm going to go off this side. I went to a repair shop a couple months ago, right? Do you know what they don't carry in the repair shop mostly now that they used to before? The magazines with all the parts in it.
Oh, of course.
They got rid of those. I wish they did it because that gave you so much inspiration.
Here's the thing, okay? Those days are done. So I remember you used to go into, you were at the repair shop and there's a stack of magazines in the corner and it kept you busy and stuff like that. Well, a lot of those magazines were carried in from the technicians and stuff like that, and they just threw them there for people to read. But here was a magazine full of all these parts you could buy for your car that gave you hopes, wishes, and dreams and stuff. Those days are done because you have large sponsors that they've hooked up with that want you to push this certain part. And a lot of the big, huge part suppliers, your regular everyday ones, aren't into the performance side of things. They carry a couple bolt-on little things here and there, but you don't walk in and find, a complete supercharger or, all kinds of stuff assembly. It's
not like the Fast and Furious movie where you just walk in and
Paul
Walker's behind the counter going,
I got the shelf, for every car that the guy ever walked into.
Tom, they just walked in and bought 3 engines.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not really happening. That's not real world where you walk in and the guy just so happens to have every single performance part for any model sitting on the shelf in the back. He's like, yeah, and load me up with 6 of those and throw 7 of those on the truck. That just doesn't.
Here's my list. I need 3 of all.
Yeah. Like he's like, yeah, I got all those, and I'm only missing 2 of the parts, and I can have them for you tomorrow. You know what I mean?
That's why they call them movies.
Well, right. It makes sense in the movies, but it doesn't happen in real life. I'm just saying. So, like I said, this is the way. And I'm not saying this would just work for Chevy, but me being a Chevy guy, I'm trying to help them boost the way it would work. And
Ford,
this would work for anybody. Ford could do it. Dodge could do it. Anybody could do it. You could take a stripped down model, take all the junk out of it. If you want to buy a luxury sports car, okay, have that for them. If you want to buy one that has all the goody stuff in it, make that special order. Yep. You don't find it on the showroom floor that way. That car's special order. But what you will find on the dealership lot is the stripped down, you build yourself, ready, let's go racing car that the guy can actually buy it and start to customize itself. That's what you find on the showroom floor. That's what you find out on the lots. You take that one with it fully loaded with all that stuff and you go, yes, sir, I can have it for you in 6 months. Would you like to sign here and start making payments now? That's what you do. You just switch the tables around a little bit.
So, I forgot where I was going.
That's okay. You can hold that a thought. Like I said, it's one of those things, guys. I tell you what, I got to take a commercial break. Think about it a little bit. Send me some messages. Tell me what you think. Call in, text me, email me, and we'll talk about it. I'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Something really cool happened in 1975. And no, it wasn't the beginning of the disco era. Congress passed the Magnuson-Moss Act, so you don't have to take your vehicle back to your dealer to keep your vehicle manufacturer's warranty in effect. Our Napa Auto Care Center uses the proper replacement parts and procedures to keep that warranty valid. Visit our independently owned Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, you asked for it and I delivered. Check out our all-star team of automotive specialists at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pillage from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
Hey guys, Dave Pillage from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of your everyday job? Looking for something more? You have to go check out ATI at auto.edu. Advanced Technology Institute has a program for you. From accelerated schedules to assistance in helping students get into the career field fast. Guys, I understand how hard it is with the hassle of juggling life, work, kids. That's why ATI provides day and night classes to make things as easy for you to succeed. If you're ready for a change, give them a call today at 757-490-1241. That's 757-490-1241. Make ATI your choice for building today's minds and tomorrow's communities. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia. Talk to you soon.
Wish you could get your car in the air? We've got you covered. Don't have the tools for the job? Not a problem. Dream of having a garage equipped with everything you need to get the job done from start to finish? Well, dreams come true. At American Do-It-Yourself Garage, you'll find our friendly staff just waiting to lend you a hand in a safe and friendly environment. If you're looking for a place where you can do it all, from cars, trucks, and even motorcycles, your Do-It-Yourself Garage awaits. Call 1-844-462-3494 today or reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. You can do it. We know you can. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Pillage.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. So, if you guys are with us for the first segment, we were talking about the killing of the Camaro, or the rumor of killing the Camaro, and how we could fix that. And so I was reading.
More Camaro.
Well, I got a couple little things I saw that popped up and stuff, and people had sent some messages and stuff like that. You know, so here's the thing, guys. I have a lot of ideas, and some people think my ideas will work. Some people don't. I say we're probably at about a 60-40 right this second.
60, they think it will.
Yeah, and 40. You always have the naysayers, so that's fine. Here's the thing. I'm not saying every one of my ideas is the best idea. I'm just saying I think this idea 100% will work. And here's the thing. Before we kill off another brand, because in the end of the day, we're all car enthusiasts. We're all here for the same reason. Whether you're a Mustang guy, a Camaro guy, a Challenger guy, it doesn't matter what it is you drive. You drive a pickup truck. You drive a Jeep. You drive a motorcycle. We all are just enthusiasts. We all are there for the same reason because we just enjoy the machinery and what goes into it and everything like that. So before we lose another link to the system and you turn off the assembly line that takes forever to get turned back on, it seems like it's real easy to flick a switch off. It's really, really hard to flick it back on, it seems. Why not try a last-ditch effort instead of shutting down the assembly line and try that? Strip them all down and just put them on the lot, strip down, drop the price down and see if they sell. If they sell, then you don't have to turn the program off. That's all I'm saying. So like I said, there's some people that agree with me, some people that don't, and that's what this is all about. That's the reason why we have this show. I'm not looking for everybody to agree with my idea.
Manufacturers, this can all work for you, and the best thing about this is our bank account accepts all checks. So we'll just send it to me.
I'm telling you, like I said, I'm for anything. If you guys ever meet me at any of the car shows, and I talk to a lot of people and stuff like that, you'll find out I'm for whatever it takes to keep the motivation in the enthusiast and keep car crafting and keeping this alive. Anything that keeps us going, moving in the right direction. I mean, it is a craft. It's a skill. I mean, there's so much goes into it. It doesn't matter what it is. Whether you're a rat rodder. I mean, you look at some of the rat rodders. Everybody's like, oh, I don't know why anybody would put that much money into something and build something like that. Why? Because as cool as can be what some of these guys come up with, they take some of the most ordinary objects and make it car worthy and make it functional on a car, and that's just cool to me. And if you can't see the craftsmanship in that, well, then you need to look your eyes just a little wider and check it out. I see some really cool things. I love everything, man. When I'm at a car show, I like to crawl all over everything. The biggest problem with it is a lot of days, some of the car shows you go to, people just pull up and nothing's opened up for you to take a look at their handiwork. I love to see people's handiwork. I like to see exactly what they've done, what they come up with. I've just seen a lot of different cool things. And I'm like, man, that's pretty bitchin'. I like that. That's cool. You know what I mean? So we went to, this is a little while back. I think we talked about this. We may not on the air or off the air. I know you and I told you there was a VW thing that showed up that was all rat rotted out.
Yep, I love it.
And everybody was looking at it, they're like, oh, I don't understand why, anybody would spend the time doing that. I was like, what are you talking about? That thing's going to walk away with an award at this car show. Sure enough, it did. And I think it was the show, the selector, there was car of the show, or car, it got the big award of the car of the whole show. It was the pick of the show or something like that.
It was like the #1 award that you could win, and it was at Waterside. And it was funny because everybody was like, oh, that car's not going to win. But like, the real car people could see.
Right.
It took some time.
People that are just generally car guys, car guys were looking at it and they're like, man, that's cool. I dug it. I had saw it 2 weeks before it came to that show briefly at one of the cruise-in. He cruised it. I think he was with his girlfriend or something. He pulled up in it and parked it. And he didn't really have everything opened up to see, but I kind of walked around it and I was looking at it, and I think it's got a 350 crate motor, and I think it's what it's got in it, if I remember correctly. But he's got it up front, you know what I mean? So then he's got the cooling system in the back where the back hatch would be and stuff. But
and it's like, it has all that rust paint on it, but it looks
it's got the
nice.
patina. It's all rusted and patina to rust it up and stuff. But he left it, and then he did some craftsmanship in the inside to make like an interior compartment and stuff like that. But it was cool, and I was looking. I was like, "Man, this thing's just kind of cool." I was like, "It's just different." I was like, "It's neat." I was like, "I would give this thing an award in a heartbeat." Sure enough, it didn't get one. But so the naysayers were just like, "Oh, I don't get it." Well, you just don't get it. Whatever. I mean, like I said, go out to a car show, man. If you want to have a good time and you really want to just take your kids out and just, like I say it all the time, you guys hear me talk about unplug and just enjoy a Sunday or a Saturday afternoon, whatever it may be. Go to a car show, man. Let your kids just kind of look at some of the stuff that some of these people come up with, some of the stuff they create, and some of the work that goes into some of these cars, and let them have the appreciation for the fact that they too can one day grow up and build something like that too. I mean, that's where it came for me. I can't count how much I just crawled over car shows, went to car shows, and played in the junkyard and all that kind of stuff when I was a kid.
I do.
Yeah, and just looking at all these different cars that just lit something up inside me. Cameron found the picture of this thing, showing it to Larry.
Is that it?
I think this is it.
So, like I said, it's just one of those things. Is it orange?
Yeah, it's got that rust looking you're talking about,
orange.
like a primer.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, nice.
So,
I'd say,
but like I said, I mean, just get your kids out there and let them enjoy themselves and let them have a good time. like I said,
Man.
it excites the mind. You know, it's funny because we were having a conversation before we went on the air. Larry and I were talking about Legos. And Legos does the same thing. Lego it excites the mind. The reason why I believe in Legos and giving kids Legos and things of that nature is because it 100% opens up that creativity. And it's almost the same thing it's almost like early car crafting as far as I'm concerned. You play with Legos and you start to develop that, build this. And you could take like 6 Lego sets and give them to me. They were supposed to build this, that, and another.
And build other stuff.
I would build crazy cars out of them. I'd take like something that was supposed to be like a flying ship or, you know, a spaceship, and one was supposed to be a car, and one should have been like a garbage truck. And I would combine them all together. Before you knew it, I had like some kind of weird creation rat rod that I had built that I just thought was neat as can be.
Just know.
Add a dinosaur in there, you could make your own monster mobile.
Just know, though, if you get one that is an airplane, the airplane does not fly.
Yeah.
I found that out the hard
Doesn't matter how hard you throw it, it's still not going to fly.
Me too. I couldn't get mine started.
Mine started. Took me 3 hours to build, 2 minutes to just crash to the ground.
No, seriously. I mean, like all that stuff is, like I said, as far as models. Okay, so there's a lot of people out there. Maybe you all didn't play with them, but I did. I was into model cars.
Same here. I was
heavily into it when I was a kid.
Big time.
And I'd buy the ones that were like the 3-in-1 kits. And if you don't remember what a 3-in-1 kit was, it means that you could set up the car 3 different ways out of one kit. You could either, a lot of them used to give you the gasser look, and you could set up as being like a gasser. You could set it up to be like a stock look, or you could set it up to be like kind of like a street rod look.
Hot rod.
Yeah, so it came with different wheels and rims and different engines, or it give you this one engine block, but it give you like 6 different like manifolds and different stuff for it. Well, I save all those extra parts. I never threw those parts away. I just threw them in a bin. Well, after you built 20 or 30 models, you had a bunch of extra engine parts and different wheels and combinations. Before I knew it, I was taking I'd buy like a brand new model, and I didn't use any of the wheels or the engine choices or anything it came with. I was taking my scrap parts and swapping different motors into cars and doing crazy stuff. Or I'd take like a model that I decided I didn't want to finish, and it wasn't even a Dremel back then. I don't even know what it was, but I had something that was almost before the Dremel was invented.
Yeah.
I had a little drill thing that had a cutter on it I could cut, and I'd cut fender away and arch the fender out. I'd take a fender off a different car and glue it in and cut it and glue a different fender on it, and then I would take it and you could buy the little compound and I would sand it in so you couldn't tell, and I'd give a car a flared fender or something like that, and that was on model kits. I'd be like 10, 11 years old, and I was already doing that.
Was any of them stripped down Chevy?
No, I had so many models. My buddy Robbie was really into models like I was, and he and I had just tons and tons of models stuff. And he was the same way. He'd build models, and he was into a lot of he liked trucks and stuff like that too. So he'd build a bunch of stuff, but he had tons of extra parts that were left over, and he would create things. Some of the coolest cars. That was early car.
And they had different
man.
levels. So like level 1 was beginner, and I think it was level 5 is the one where you start putting like all the electronics, like it started lighting up when you opened up the doors.
Yeah, you can do like that. That's the newer one. They didn't have that stuff when I was a kid. They have it now.
There's
probably like 5 or 6, I think, models still running around our house that haven't been fully finished. That I bought them that they bought that are still running around the house somewhere. That maybe one day they'll give it to their kids or something.
I have a blue Chevy sitting somewhere. It's built. It's just sitting somewhere.
Somewhere.
Keyword is somewhere.
Yeah, it's in a box somewhere. But I know. When we moved, I remember coming across the model kit sets. I saw them when we moved, so I know they're running around somewhere. So, hey guys, on that note, keep it in mind: car shows, car crafting, Legos, models, it all goes hand in hand. I'll talk to you when I come back.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year you go from just a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand fields with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC, commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial driving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available. Job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more, or call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI. Not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
There's something special about Napa Auto Care Centers. They're backed by the national strength of Napa. Nationwide warranties honored by thousands of locations. You know that's Napa know-how. But more importantly, your Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned and operated by neighborhood professionals who operate by a written code of ethics. Put your vehicle in the hands of ASE certified technicians who will greet you with a smile you can trust. Visit us today.
You heard me say it, and now here's your chance. Now's the time to go find your auto garage. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to NapaBDGHRVA.com and find your all-star car care center today. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Do you currently live in an apartment or condo? Need to work on your car, truck, even motorcycle, but your homeowners association has you down? If your garage is full of broken dreams and the I'll get to it next week projects, American Do-It-Yourself Garage is the place for you. They offer fully equipped, well-lit garage bays with or without a vehicle lift for your needs. Each bay is fully equipped with a workbench, hand tools, air tools, laptop usage, even assistance with parts ordering, which is all included with each bay rental for a reasonable price. If you're looking for a place that feels like home, filled with fantastic staff willing to lend a hand, then give American Do-It-Yourself Garage a call today at 1-844-462-3494. That's 1-844-462-3494. Or go to their webpage and reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Let the friendship begin. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio. So, hey, before we went to commercial break, we had all kinds of things we were talking about. We were talking about the killing of the Camaro. I mean, we're talking about how Legos and car shows are all tied together, and how keeping everything alive is very important.
And how I'm awesome.
Speaking of keeping things alive, I want to go ahead and get a couple things out there. No, we weren't talking about how you're awesome, but I was trying to slide that one in there.
Where did that come from?
He thought that was he saw that I was looking down
real
at the
quick?
notes for the car shows that were coming up, and he thought he'd be able to slide that past because I wasn't paying attention, but I was. So here's the thing: if you guys didn't see my posts I put out there, hey, just in case, if you guys ever listen to the show and you're trying to keep up with us and you don't know, go to Facebook, Let's Talk Cars Radio, click like and click follow. follow us. That's where you get a lot of different, where we're going to be at. A lot of times we show up and stuff. I try to tell you guys about different car shows coming up, things you can take the kids to, different events. Hey, and I like to give things away too. So if you guys are staying as a like member, you never know when you might score some good stuff, especially around Christmas time. We gave away some good stuff around Christmas time.
Man, did we.
So here is some of the things that's kind of going on that's important to me. So tomorrow from 5 until 9:30, Like the Night car show is going to actually be out exactly where we were today, this morning. It's going to be over at the Detail Garage, and they have that set up, and it's going to be for fighting leukemia.
Address is 4239 Holland Road, suite number 772.
He always says sweet. It's sweet. I don't know why he always does
It
that.
says, right, sweet.
I know. He always looks right over it. He does it. I don't
Just
know
like
why
I
he does
say,
it.
Silverado.
He says Silverado too.
Silverado.
Silverado.
Yeah, he says
Well, my daughter was big on Lairdu.
I got real horses under the engine. Have you seen that video? I haven't seen that video in a
So
while.
here's the information. It's $20 registration, $5 street meet. Like I said, so this is to support the leukemia, cause for leukemia, and I want to make sure I get all out there. So basically this is for Gavin Rhodes, who is dealing with leukemia and relapse at 20 years old. So make sure you guys get yourself out there tomorrow from 5 p.m. to 9:30, Light the Night, over at Detail Garage over off Holland Road. Register, show your car. Let's see if we can raise up some money for this young man and his cause.
Do not know where the event is, or if you did not catch the address, I just shared the event on our page, so you can also find it on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Let's Talk Cars.
Like I said, and if you guys have any questions, anything pops up, you guys can always check with 757 Auto Events. Get with Mark Evans. Like I said, check his page out. Some of the supporters of this event is going to be the Patriotic Flag Flyers. You guys have 757 Auto Events, Detail Garage, and it looks like this guy's decals is going to be out there as well. So definitely come out and support the cause. You know, I get very, very much into a lot of the different things. Also, booking out, make sure you grab your pen. Something got handed over to me today while I was at the car show, and I said I would mention it. Lucid Nights, July 13th from 6:30 to 9 p.m., and that's going to be at, looks like 2882 Airline Boulevard. It looks like they're having a little get-together as well that they're trying to put. I got their flyer from them. I talked with them a little bit this morning, so I told them I would get that out to you guys. So if you have your pen, you want to go out to another car show, hey, like I said, some people like to go at night. Some people like to go to day car shows. Some people like to go something as the sun starts to go down. There's a little bit something. So definitely check it out. Lucid Nights, like I said, that's July 13th. We're a little ways away from that, but I said I would mention it today. So also go check that out, and I'll get some posting up on that as well for you guys, so you guys know where to find it. But yeah, so those two things. Like I said, no excuse, man. There's car shows going on everywhere. It's summertime. Everybody's enjoying it. While the weather's good, try to get out there and enjoy it. So there's no reason why not to. You have no excuses. By the way, just in case if you guys did not know, VB Strong Car Show, crazy. That was like nothing we've seen in a long time. We had over 350 cars that showed up to that. It was a very well-planned event. There was a lot of people that were involved putting that all together. You guys saw the video. If you haven't, go on to my Facebook, Let's Talk Cars Radio. You'll see I posted a little video. I'm very rarely ever out of words. I was definitely out of words that day. Just it was really cool to see so many people come together and so many cars. Guys, I sat there and I was at right where registration was coming in. There was so many cars that came through there. And like I said, I think we ended up at just over 350 cars. We filled the main parking lot, the side parking lot, and the front parking lot with cars, and it was just absolutely a good time. Everybody came out, showed their support for it. I couldn't be more prouder than the car scene and all the residents that came out. People that just came out to look, just take a look at cars. We invited them to come out, have a good time, bring their kids, and they did. The event all together with Mark and the flag runners and everybody that was involved, I think it's just over $28,000 collaborate with all of us together. I think everybody, you know, having their own little fundraiser, trying to get money, or people just stopping off and dropping off money, was a little over $28,000 raised. So that's something to be very proud of. I'm very, very proud of the car scene here in Virginia Beach. And everybody came in. There's people that came out from Charlotte. There's people out from Chesapeake. I mean, like I said, I just want to say, you know, congratulations to everybody who got involved on a very good product. And like I said,
I forgot. He can't hear the hand claps.
I can hear it. I know what you guys do. So I very rarely can, like I said, I'm lost of words. But for something like that, It just shows that it was done in good taste. Everybody had a good time. I talked with so many people. A lot of people, hey, the listeners, I appreciate you guys coming out. I asked you guys to come out. A lot of you guys stopped in, saw us at our booth when we were out there, and said thanks for coming out. Like I said, there was no reason to thank any of us. All of us had our own reasons for being out there, and that was basically just to give back and try to do something for it. And like I said, big hats off to the flag runners, Cardinal Car Club. Like I said, Mark Evans was out there. There's so many different people out there. Clear Shine was out there. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of different people that are out there. So there's a whole list of it. You guys can find it. But like I said, to everybody, I just want to say collectively to everybody who got involved, thank you very much for making that just a really, really cool scene. We were proud to be part of it. So we got invited to come out there and participate, and we're really honored to do that. So I just want to say once again, thank you to all of our listeners that took the time to come out and see us. It was very cool. So,
and there also is a YouTube video out there. If you did not be able to stop in, I do know they posted a YouTube video of the car show.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff, so you guys definitely check it out. So anyway, moving on. Do you guys remember when I talked to you guys about car companies changing gears, and you're going to see car companies that usually don't make
combining together?
No, when they don't make this or they don't make that, and they're going to start making cars they normally wouldn't make.
What's that one company, I can't remember off the top of my head, that never makes trucks, and now they're coming out with a truck?
Cadillac.
No. Well, Hyundai was talking about making a truck for a while, a true truck. And you had Kia was talking about putting out a truck.
Which I did not think that would be a good idea.
I mean, there's a bunch of different people. So Hyundai released some pictures and stuff that came out this week, some really good ones, of the Palisade. So this is going to be like a 7-seat SUV, and it's actually pretty nice looking for a Hyundai. I was pretty shocked when I saw it. Now, I hadn't really been following. I've heard the name. I've heard the rumor kicked around for a while. And I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't really followed it because I just, I'm like, oh, that's cool, and that's about as far as it went. And then somebody sent me some pictures, and they're like, hey, did you see this thing? And I'm like, that's a Hyundai? Really? It's actually a pretty stunning looking vehicle. So, like I said, you guys haven't got a chance.
Station wagons were coming back. Whatever happened with that? Didn't that kind of stall?
Yeah, okay, so yeah, station wagons were on the comeback. A lot of people liked wagons. And it had like a 1.5 year run where people were talking about bringing station wagons back, and then like literally I didn't hear anything more about it.
Yeah, just shut off.
I think that because here's the thing, station wagon, SUV, and crossover, like which one's going to be the more popular? And then of course you have my favorite 4-door pickup truck that does everything. So
this is interesting. I mean, they'll have 3 different packages with it. It's a 291 horsepower, 3.8 liter engine, V6.
You're looking at it?
Yeah, it'll be able to sit 7 passenger seating with second row captain chairs with a dual sunroof and 12.3 inch fully digital instrument cluster.
Now here's the thing. So I told you guys before, there's a lot of car companies that are out there in other countries that we just don't hear about here that would love to break into the auto market in the U.S.
Like
and
China.
Starting at very good prices too.
Oh, they're amazing.
Their prices
like
are
9-passenger SUV for like $9,000, and it looks like a Lexus. You know,
got my attention.
Right. No, right. But because we talked about it. I think the hold on a lot of those are if you introduce a vehicle that's like a 9 passenger, whatever it's going to be, 20 passenger, I don't care. You put a number at it, and you say $9,000. You could buy one, drive it for a couple of years, and it fell apart. You throw it away and go buy another one. You just would.
And you wouldn't look like you just got your butt handed to you because it was only $9,000. It was a nice looking car while it lasted.
Right.
And you can, within that
hold on. Let's fold last week's conversation to that. And with people who just don't care
and
want to get from point A to point B.
That would be me.
And C sometimes.
And sometimes C.
Sometimes C.
But for those people that want to get around like that and it still looks good and the price point is way right, at that point, now you start talking about introducing a car into that market. And I think that's the reason why we've held them off for so long. We're like, no, we don't want you here. No, because, imagine look, the car market already has a problem in the United States as it is. We already know it. I mean, sometimes we have a hard time selling cars. Sometimes they move, and for a long time they don't. If you enter in a vehicle that looks like a Lexus and you sell it for right around $9,000, cheapskates like you are going to go buy it.
Yeah, you're right. in droves.
Yeah, in droves, exactly. Because you don't care at $9,000. I know $9,000 sounds like a lot of money, guys, but it's really not. At $9,000 for a car, you could drive it for 3 years, fold it up, throw it away, and go buy another one. You just could.
Fold it up.
You just
fold it up.
You just drive it to the crusher, and you're like, crush this one. I'm going to get another one. It wouldn't even fold into the secondary car market at that point.
No. You don't even have to say you're going to go get another one.
It's going to hurt the maintenance business too.
Because now you can go buy the car online and have it shipped. Just ship it to the crusher yard.
Saying, I mean, if you guys think I'm kidding, go take a look. When you have some free time, jump on the internet and look at some of these China-made cars and stuff like that. Look at some of the body designs on them. They resemble a lot of what we have here.
That's because they stole it.
They look a lot like a lot of cars that you guys already drive here that you like, and they want to sell them like a $9,000 pricing point. I mean, you just can't beat it. I'll let you guys kick that one around for a little bit. We're flying through the commercial breaks. Got to take another one. When we come back, I got some more news for you. I'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year that you go from a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand field with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial diving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available, job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more, or you can call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by Chev, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
Wish you could get your car in the air? We've got you covered. Don't have the tools for the job? Not a problem. Dream of having a garage equipped with everything you need to get the job done from start to finish? Well, dreams come true. At American Do-It-Yourself Garage, you'll find our friendly staff just waiting to lend you a hand in a safe and friendly environment. If you're looking for a place where you can do it all, from cars, trucks, and even motorcycles, your Do-It-Yourself Garage awaits. Call 1-844-462-3494 today or reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. You can do it. We know you can.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, here's a pound of prevention from your Napa Auto Care Center. We'll customize a preventive maintenance package for your vehicle that will save you time, money, and hassles now and down the road. We'll ask, do you drive mainly in the city or on the highway? Plan to keep your vehicle? How long? And more. Preventive maintenance is a good thing that prevents bad things. Build yours at your Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Do you currently have a repair shop you trust? Haven't found the time to go to a garage for all your automotive needs? Check out the all-star team at Napa BDGHRVA.com. That's Napa BDGHRVA.com. Let them show you what it's like to work with the professionals and make a friend along the way. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio. Hey, so here's something for you guys. I got a cool one. You know, I see little stories that I think that are interesting. I'll give you a really interesting one. So Vegas, you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but that's really not how that goes.
So they say.
Look, it's the worst. Living in Vegas as long as I did, I hate that tagline. I just hate it.
How about what happens in Norfolk stays in Norfolk?
No, I don't like any of that. I just think it's silly. The whole Vegas thing. I've never liked that tagline.
Well, it seems to work. Everybody says it.
Look, I'm going to start the one that I know, which is come on vacation, leave on probation. That's a good one for Vegas.
Yeah, I get
Cameron,
that.
That fits Cameron. Cameron's like, does that fit?
Come on vacation.
No, I'm like thinking about that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Here's something they did come up with that I can get behind. So you have a parking violation. In Vegas, you can pay it off using all of school supplies. If you donate school supplies, you can go ahead and pay off your parking violation.
Does it have to equal the value of the fine?
It has to equal the value. But, you know, if you creatively shop, you can beat this. I mean, if you go and find pencils that normally should have an X amount of value on them and you bought them for 20-cent sale.
Dollar Tree.
Like, what do? You go up to the counter and you're like, hey, I'd like to pay off my fine. They're like, well, that's going to cost you 275,000 pencils. I mean,
it's like the games on your phone. Do you want to pay cash or do you want to pay gold with it?
You're right. Like I said, I mean, yeah, exactly the same. But I thought this clever, though. School supplies.
Yeah.
It's
one way to generate them, I guess.
I thought it was neat. That's one. Somebody sent it over to me, and I was like, "Hey, I can get behind that idea."
Of course, the
knock
city
25% off your bill if you actually do it.
The city is losing the revenue that they would have generated from that particular area.
They're really not,
but,
though,
but,
because they automatically have to put in a fund for the schools for them to buy the school supplies.
Maybe.
So if they can cut out that fund, they're probably making more of a profit than they are through tickets.
I don't know if I don't think it was done to make. It's not. I don't think it's. I think you guys are looking for the wrong thing. I don't think it's done a profitable thing. I think this is more on a charitable side of things, and I'm for it if that's the case.
I'm for it too, but I just assume cities are looking to grab as much cash as they can.
See, Vegas is a little bit different though. I mean, they put so much money into schools and roads and all that kind of stuff that comes from the casinos and stuff that it's great.
Yeah.
So,
flashback real quick before I lose it on my mind. Did you know that one of the companies here that does the counting of the cars to see how long that you stopped actually stopped using the chalk? I was talking to one of the companies. They stopped using the chalk because of that court case.
Oh, yeah, because that court case we talked about, I'm
sure.
What
do they use instead, Sharpie?
I knew it. I was just waiting. I knew either it was coming from him or it was coming from you. I knew it was coming. I knew there was a backup that was going to go to don't.
But what are they using in place of the chalk?
They're now actually spending the money and getting those high-tech cars.
Well, ones that actually will scan it and it'll tell you how long by the time you make the next block around. So here's another funny thing. So you want to talk about technology and how that works. Did you guys hear the story about the Google Maps snafu?
You mean the person that the Google Map took them out in the middle of nowhere and they were lost? Is that the one?
It may be close to that. They weren't lost. So this week, yeah, you hear those stories.
Remember when I was
you into a lake or something?
Go straight. Go straight. Fire.
Close. Not that.
Who would listen to a GPS tell you to drive off a cliff or something like that?
A lot of people.
You know what?
A lot of people.
I can actually see somebody doing it, Larry.
I can see it too, but then I got to wonder about their mental facility.
My GPS told me to go straight. I thought there was a road on the other end.
You do everything.
You do everything your GPS tells you.
Apparently, so these guys.
Says take a right.
There was a an accident, and Google Maps gave a detour. Detour took them down a dirt road where it had just freshly rained, which then turned into a mud hole and trapped over 100 cars in Colorado.
All following a GPS.
All following the GPS. Well, monkey see, monkey do.
So who's reliable?
A couple of the cars start going, and they start taking down, and everybody jumps in behind them.
That's called lemmings. Lemmings.
Who's reliable on that one?
Nobody is. There's no look. It's just an app told you to go that way. What are you going to do?
The driver that listened, because you got built-in sense. I mean, I've had my
Some
GPS.
people do.
I was in Portsmouth, going to a Portsmouth address, and my GPS had me coming to Norfolk. But I had enough sense to know I'm not going to Norfolk.
Nathaniel was, as we were talking, Nathaniel hasn't been on the show in a while. The man drove all the way to Richmond and figured out that he was going the wrong way.
No, I think what happened was he typed in an address, and it gave him directions to the address, but he was actually supposed to be heading somewhere else.
No, that's what
I had heard.
When we were going to Chesapeake, to the new location,
It didn't take him to Richmond. It didn't. It took him to North Carolina. It took him to a different North Carolina address. I know what you're talking about. It took him to a North Carolina address
it was
versus
Richmond.
No,
Did he go all the way there?
He started heading that way. I think he got about 40 minutes out of his
40
way, and they
minutes,
realized that it was taking him not in the right direction.
He's like, "Where am I going?"
But I mean, fair enough though, because our new house is on his way to North Carolina. So in fairness, he thought he was heading in the right direction. So, like I said, be careful where Google Maps sends you. It's just one of those kind of crazy things. And the last thing I have for you is, before we get out of here, because I know we're getting close, so I want to. Here is something I know it went by
Time is
quick.
going by, man.
Quick. So, did you guys hear about the new car seat laws?
Car
You mean
seat
the ones
laws?
for Virginia that take effect on the 1st of July? Is that what you're talking
Yes,
about?
I'm talking about.
There's
Yeah,
so
I've heard-
many laws that are taking effect.
Okay.
in July.
Did you see the one that they were talking about putting forth? First of all, when did you go on your first date in a car? Whether your parents were driving you or not, when was the first time you went on a date?
1969, 50 years ago.
Okay, and how old were you?
16.
You're 16. Did your parents drive or you drove?
I drove.
Okay, did you ever go on a date in middle school where your parents drove?
No.
Okay, so I did.
2016.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So here's the thing. So
It's when you
have
a week after you got the truck.
Okay, so have you seen there's a new law that they're trying to push through where you need a booster seat at a certain height?
Yeah, like 9 or something, isn't it?
It's a height.
It's a what?
I'm going someplace with this.
Is it like 5'3"?
No, so it's a height.
What's
What's
the height?
4 foot 9 inches. Do you know how many middle schoolers are still 4 foot 9 inches tall when they're in middle school? And could you imagine you decided to go to Sadie Hawkins or Rain Dance and you got to show up in a booster seat with your parents driving to pick up your date, or you got to put her in a booster seat? So, I mean, Cameron's ex, for goodness sake.
I was
I'm leaving it there.
I couldn't say it on air.
I'm just saying. I'm going to leave it there. I said it. You didn't.
How tall are you, Cameron?
No, it wasn't Cameron.
I'm 5'7". She's 4'9".
So you could you imagine, like, hey, I come to get you for Sadie Hawkins. Here's your booster seat. Are you bringing your booster seat with you?
Do you want to bedazzle your booster?
Do you want to? Yeah, you'll bedazzle your booster seat.
In that case, I'd become a lawbreaker.
I'm just. This is real. So
I know it's real.
They want to do it on a height, and I instantly started thinking. I was like 4 foot 9. I'm like, okay, so what about like Rain Dance and Sadie Hawk, all the stuff you go to in junior high? You know how many kids are going to have to show up in a booster seat that are in junior high? Like, my parents are driving, and here's your booster seat.
When I was in junior high school, I went to see girls on my bicycle, and if I took them anywhere, they rode on the handlebars, and that's how
You were classy.
That's how I transported them around.
I'm just saying. I have this
Was it a
vision
cruiser?
in my head.
Yeah.
Right this second, I had this vision in my head of all these like dances that I can imagine that I used to take the kids to, that they would have like a date and they would have to be in a booster seat. Their dates would have to be in a booster seat, or maybe even.
go, sweetie.
Well, look at Joshy. So Josh, one of the kids' friends, Josh was short forever. Okay, so he would have been in a booster seat up until probably last year.
Yeah,
And
Josh
he's
grew.
He's in 11th
grew.
grade now, so he had to be in a booster seat all the way up to then.
He grew from like 4'9" to like.
I don't know.
Yeah, and he probably has a complex now.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. I just want you guys to think about that before we go off the air, guys. Once again, it is a great Saturday out there. Enjoy your Saturday. Hit up the car show. Sunday's right around the corner. Do not forget, you find us over at Detail Garage tomorrow from 5 to 9:30. Fighting leukemia. Go on out there. Take your family out there. Have a good time. It should be a great car show. Good charity event. I want to see you guys all come out there, so make sure you spend a little bit of time out there. On that note, enjoy your Sunday. We're out of here.